I think it's working.
It might be. I have no idea how to test it. Let's see if we get any kind of notification.
It's not even working on our phones. I'm not sure what's going on.
Is anybody out there?
No, it's...
That's flashback. Oh, we got Bethany.
Yay.
Okay, so it's out there somewhere.
Then you had that other live that is out there somewhere.
So what title did you click under?
I clicked on Take Two.
Take Two? So it must be that one. Huh. Okay.
All right, sorry about that. I had to refresh the new live. Yes. We're not sure what's going on, other than probably the word's supposed to get out, and it's being blocked.
Yes.
So we're being persistent.
Yes. All right. So we're basically back at this, and I think we're okay to move forward, but we're not going to take a lot of time with the update then. Just so you know, Phil is still kicking. He's not doing great.
He's pretty sick.
It looks like something happened with his jaw. It's not closing.
It's almost like he's... I don't know if there's like residual infection. He's on antibiotics, and I know we normally do not do that. I mean, this is a last ditch effort. But there may be residual infection, and he can't move it back here. But he is drinking.
He is eating.
He's eating grain, but he's drooling and licking.
Yes.
And it's just unusual.
Yes.
So any sheep people out there, I don't know. Any advice?
Yeah, it's been a challenge.
It's sad. His ears are down. You can tell he doesn't feel good, but he's got drive.
Yes.
I mean, he's getting up. He's moving around.
He
looks at you.
He hasn't given up at all. So, I mean, we raise strong sheep.
Yeah.
So, and he's a good boy. We do have some family in town.
We do.
So they're done with work for this season. So they're here visiting and hitting some rivers and going around and doing some things. So having a good time. The mower belt broke again. So we're on belt. We're waiting on another belt. So hopefully we'll get a new belt.
But in comparison, last year and probably the year before and the year before at this time, it's been so dry, and we've not been mowing
in the past.
Yes.
But
and this year is just everything's growing. It's tropical. Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to be.
It is.
And it's been nonstop. I mean, I had the string trimmer going today. I'm like, I just did this Monday.
That's what I was thinking, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Oh, I guess it grew.
It grew.
We've had a lot of rain, and these are like the big afternoon storms. I mean, there might be locally heavy here, and then down the street, nothing.
Or sprinkles. But yeah, it's been interesting to deal with. So with that said, too, it makes cutting hay almost impossible because everything's wet. I mean, really wet. I was talking to one of the guys, our hay providers. He's hoping that the end of August they'll be able to cut. We'll see. We don't need it right now, but we could start saving for it right now.
Yes.
Because that'll be,
No, I was telling family when they were here today, I was like, it's getting to be that time where I'm getting, I don't want to say anxious, but it's like, okay, I'm trying to do all of our winter preps, and
Mhm.
hay is one of them. You just want to make sure everything is
Lined up.
ready for this supposedly bad winter.
Yeah, they're saying this is going to be a bad winter, but it's winter.
Well,
Yeah.
last winter was bad too. So, but just having everything lined up
Mhm.
at least helps put my
Yes.
mind at ease.
Yes, that's how we live. Giving away a lot more peppers. I think we're up to 10, 20, almost 25, 26 pounds of those,
Peppers.
the spicy peppers.
I think I'm gonna
Um,
make hot sauce.
So, and I've got, because we got about 10 pounds of green.
Okay.
Gave a pound to a friend of ours when she picked up her chickens.
Chickens. I was like, yeah.
Then we took another 4.5 pounds to church. They all went there, so that was really nice. And we had a nice visit Friday.
We did.
We had friends come out. Haven't seen them in a minute because we were doing a homestead meetup, and they were part of the homestead meetup.
And the homestead meetup was a ways away,
Mhm.
and then we didn't realize actually how close they lived.
Turns out they're like a half hour away from us.
So it's like, okay, we
Yes.
got to be meeting up more often.
Yeah, so hopefully, we'll be able to meet up more often. They got some trays of cabbage, and we pray that the cabbage works well for them.
Yes.
So, but I'm gonna kind of wrap it up there.
Okay.
You got anything else before we?
No, it's just been rainy and humid and warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing else. Well, we're backing off on milking. I don't know if we said that last time.
We are down to every other day, every 3 days.
Every 3 days now with milking.
Well, it's Sunday,
Every
Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Will be the milking days because those are the days I'm moving the paddocks, and then I'll move the baby paddocks on the opposite day.
But we also need to dry those moms off so that they have some time to recover before
Mm-hmm.
the whole process starts again with babies.
And today was a 3-day span, and we still got 1.5 gallons.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Those ladies were like happy to be milked.
Mhm. But now that we got, I believe, all the technical things out of the way, it's a spiritual battle as much as a physical battle. There are definitely forces that will fight when you're trying to do this.
Absolutely.
For him. If you're doing it for yourself, you don't have to worry about the fight. But if you're doing it for him, you gotta make sure you got your full armor on. And how do you put an armor on this? I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
But okay, the reason we're here, we read scripture every Sunday at 7:30. We try to go live starting at 7:30. Sometimes we have issues with YouTube.
Yes, that's chapter 6.
And actually, my update usually has a chapter in there.
Well, you'll probably go back and
No, I
update
won't.
everything. You're not going to update
No,
everything?
because I'm frustrated. But we read scripture every Sunday with y'all, and we read from the NIV version, and it's just a simpler read. If we are doing our Saturday study, we are reading from the Scriptures version, which is a fun version that is, where there's Hebraic letters in it. So it's Yahshua, it's Yahweh, it's Elohim, it's yeah.
I'm enjoying that Bible.
It's a challenge because this is what we're used to.
Yeah.
So you're like retraining your brain with terminology,
New words.
with new words, new languages, but yeah.
Well, new to us.
New to
I mean,
us, yeah.
clearly they've been around for
Yes.
centuries.
Yes.
But
And basically, so that's that version. And then when I'm doing, study for myself or for Solid Rock, I have other Bibles that I'll read from and study
Hebrew,
from.
Greek.
I have a Hebrew Greek. I have my old King James. I think I even pulled out Graham's Bible before. But yeah. Anyway, where we last left off, Dagon was having a problem standing up in First Samuel. He just kind of kept on falling down. So some sores, some pussy things, and some tumors. Later, we are in chapter 6.
Get this ark back to where it belongs.
Get the ark out of here. Yes. So the way we do it, we trade back and forth as we're reading. Amy gets us started. If there's a natural break, I will take over. If there's a long chapter, she'll tap me so I can take over. But with all that being said, Amy, when you're ready, you can start at chapter 6.
1 Samuel chapter 6. When the ark of the Lord had been in Philistine territory 7 months, the Philistines called for the priests and the diviners and said, "What shall we do with the ark of the Lord? Tell us how we should send it back to its place." They answered, "If you return the ark of the God of Israel, do not send it away empty, but by all means send a guilt offering to him. Then you will be healed, and you will know why his hand has not been lifted from you." The Philistines asked, "What guilt offering should we send to him?" They replied, 5 gold tumors, 5 gold rats, according to the number of the Philistine rulers, because the same plague has struck both you and your rulers. Make models of the tumors and of the rats that are destroying the country, and pay honor to Israel's God. Maybe, or perhaps he will lift his hand from you and your gods and your land. Why do you harden your hearts as the Egyptians and Pharaohs did? When he treated them harshly, did they not send the Israelites out so they could go on their way? Now then, get a new cart ready, with 2 cows that have calved and have never been yoked. Hitch the cows to the cart, but take their calves away and pen them up. Take the ark of the Lord and put it on the cart, and in the chest beside it put the gold objects you are sending back to him as a guilt offering. Send it on its way, but keep watching it. If it goes up to its own territory toward Beth Shemesh, then the Lord has brought this great disaster on us. But if it does not, then we will know that this was not his hand that struck us, and it was happened to us by chance. So they did this. They took 2 such cows and hitched them to the cart and penned their calves. They placed the ark of the Lord on the cart, along with the chests containing the gold rats and the models of the tumors. Then the cows went straight up towards Beth Shemesh, keeping on the road and lowing all the way. They did not turn to the right or to the left. The rulers of the Philistines followed them as far as the border of Beth Shemesh. Now the people of Beth Shemesh were harvesting their wheat in the valley, and when they looked up and saw the ark, they rejoiced at the sight. The cart came into the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh, and there it stopped beside a large rock. The people chopped up the wood of the cart and sacrificed the cows as a burnt offering to the Lord. The Levites took down the ark of the Lord together with the chest containing the gold objects and placed them on the large rock. On that day, the people of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and made sacrifices to the Lord. The 5 rulers of the Philistines saw this and returned that same day to Ekron. These are the gold tumors the Philistines sent as a guilt offering to the Lord, 1 each, for Ashdod, Gaza, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron. And the number of gold rats was according to the number of Philistine towns belonging to the 5 rulers, the fortified towns with their country villages. The large rock on which they set the ark of the Lord is a witness to this day in the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh. But God struck down some of the men of Beth Shemesh, putting 70 of them to death, because they looked into the ark of the Lord. The people mourned because of the heavy blow the Lord had dealt them. And the men of Beth Shemesh asked, Who can stand in the presence of the Lord, this holy God? To whom will the ark go up from here?" Then they sent messengers to the people of Kiriath Jearim, saying, "The Philistines have returned the ark of the Lord. Come down and take it up to your place." So the men of Kiriath Jearim came and took up the ark of the Lord. They took it to Abinadab's house on the hill, and consecrated Eleazar, his son, to guard the ark of the Lord.
Oh, you kept on going.
Well, I went to the end of the section. So, chapter 7, starting at verse 2.
It was a long time, 20 years in all, that the ark remained at Kiriath Jearim, and all the people of Israel mourned and sought after the Lord. And Samuel said to the whole house of Israel, If you are returning to the Lord with all your hearts, then rid yourselves of the foreign gods and the Ashtoreths, and commit yourselves to the Lord and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hands of the Philistines. So the Israelites put away their Baals and their Ashtoreths, and served the Lord only. Then Samuel said, Assemble all Israel at Mizpah, and I will intercede with the Lord for you. When they had assembled at Mizpah, they drew water and poured it out before the Lord. On that day they fasted, and there they confessed, We have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel was leader of Israel at Mizpah. When the Philistines heard that Israel had assembled in Mizpah, the rulers of the Philistines came up to attack them. And when the Israelites heard it, they were afraid because of the Philistines. They said to Samuel, Do not stop crying out to the Lord our God for us, that he may rescue us from the hand of the Philistines. Then Samuel took a suckling lamb and offered it up as a whole burnt offering to the Lord. He cried out to the Lord on Israel's behalf, and the Lord answered him. While Samuel was sacrificing the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to engage Israel in battle. But that day the Lord thundered with loud thunder against the Philistines and threw them into such a panic that they were routed before the Israelites. The men of Israel rushed out of Mizpah and pursued the Philistines, slaughtering them along the way to a point below Beth-kar. Then Samuel took a stone and set it up between Mizpah and Shen. He named it Ebenezer, saying, Thus far has the Lord helped us. So the Philistines were subdued and did not invade Israelite territory again. Throughout Samuel's lifetime, the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines. The towns from Ekron to Gath that the Philistines had captured from Israel were restored to her. And Israel delivered the neighboring territory from the powers of the Philistines. And there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. Samuel continued as judge over Israel all the days of his life. From year to year, he went on a circuit from Bethel to Gilgal to Mizpah, judging Israel in all those places. But he always went back to Ramah, where his home was. And there he also judged Israel. And he built an altar there to the Lord.
Chapter 8. When Samuel grew old, he appointed his sons as judges for Israel. The name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second was Abijah, and they served at Beersheba. But his sons did not walk in his ways. They turned aside after dishonest gain, and accepted bribes, and perverted justice. So all the elders of Israel gathered together and came to Samuel at Ramah. They said to him, You are old, and your sons do not walk in your ways. Now appoint a king to lead us, such as all the other nations have. But when they said, Give us a king to lead us, this displeased Samuel. So he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord told him, Listen to all the people who are saying to you, This is not you they have rejected, but they have rejected me as their king, as they have done from the day I brought them up out of Egypt until this day. forsaking me and serving other gods. So they are doing to you. Now listen to them, but warn them solemnly and let them know what the king who will reign over them will do." Samuel told all the words of the Lord to the people who were asking him for a king. He said, "This is what the king will reign over you will do. He will take your sons and make them serve with chariots and horses, and they will run in front of his chariots. Some he will assign to be commanders of thousands and commanders of fifties, and others to plow the ground and reap the harvest, and still others to make weapons of war and equipment for his chariots. He will take your daughters to be perfumers and cooks and bakers. He will take the best of your fields and vineyards and olive groves and give them to his attendants. He will take a tenth of your grain and of your vintage and give it to his officials and attendants. Your men servants and maid servants and the best of your cattle and donkeys he will take for his own use. He will take a tenth of your flocks, and yourselves will become his slaves. When that day comes, you will cry out for relief from the king you have chosen, and the Lord will not answer you in that day." But the people refused to listen to Samuel. "No," they said, "we want a king over us. Then we will be like all the other nations, with a king to lead us and to go out before us and fight our battles." When Samuel heard all the people, he repeated it before the Lord. The Lord answered, "Listen to them and give them a king." Then Samuel said to the men of Israel, "Everyone go back to his town."
Chapter 9. There was a Benjamite, a man of standing, whose name was Kish, son of Abiel, the son of Zeror, the son of Bechorath, the son of Aphiah, the son of Aphiah of Benjamin. He had a son named Saul, an impressive young man without equal among the Israelites, a head taller than any of the others. Now the donkeys belonging to Saul's father, Kish, were lost. And Kish said to his son Saul, "Take one of the servants with you and go and look for the donkeys." So he passed through the hill country of Ephraim and through the area around Shalishah, but they did not find them. They went on into the district of Shalem, but the donkeys were not there. Then he passed through the territory of Benjamin, but they did not find them. When they reached the district of Zuph, Saul said to the servant who was with him, "Come, let us go back, or my father will stop thinking about the donkeys and start worrying about us." But the servant replied, "Look, in this town there is a man of God. He is highly respected, and everything he says comes true. Let's go there now. Perhaps he will tell us what way to take." Saul said to his servant, "If we go, what can we give the man? The food in our sacks is gone. We have no gift to take to the man of God. What do we have?" The servant answered him again. "Look," he said, "I have a quarter of a shekel of silver. I will give it to the man of God so that he will tell us what way to take." Formerly in Israel, if a man went to inquire of God, he would say, "Come, let us go to the seer," because the prophet of today used to be called a seer. "Good," Saul said to his servant. "Come, let's go." So they set out for the town where the man of God was. As they were going up the hill to the town, they met some girls coming out to draw water, and they asked them, "Is the seer here?" "He is," they answered. "He's ahead of you. Hurry now. He has just come to our town today, where the people have a sacrifice at the high place. As soon as you enter the town, you will find him, before he goes up to the high place to eat. The people will not begin eating until he comes, because he must bless the sacrifice. Afterward, those who are invited will eat. Go up now. You should find him about this time." They went up to the town And as they were entering it, there was Samuel, coming toward them on his way up to the high place. Now the day before Saul came, the Lord had revealed this to Samuel. About this time tomorrow I will send you a man from the land of Benjamin. Anoint him leader over my people Israel. He will deliver my people from the hand of the Philistines. I have looked upon my people, for their cry has reached me. When Samuel caught sight of Saul, the Lord said to him, This is the man I spoke to you about. He will govern my people. Saul approached Samuel in the gateway and asked, Would you please tell me where the seer's house is? I am the seer, Samuel replied. Go up ahead of me to the high place, for today you are to eat with me. And in the morning I will let you go and will tell you all that is in your heart. As for the donkeys you lost 3 days ago, do not worry about them. They have been found. And to whom is all the desire of Israel turned, if not to you and all your father's family? Saul answered, But am I not a Benjamite, from the smallest tribe of Israel? And is not my clan the least of all the clans of the tribe of Benjamin? Why do you say such a thing to me? Then Samuel brought Saul and his servant into the hall and seated them at the head of those who were invited, about 30 in number. Samuel said to the cook, Bring the piece of meat I gave you, the one I told you to lay aside. So the cook took up the leg with what was on it and set it in front of Saul. Samuel said, Here is what has been kept for you. Eat, because it was set aside for you for this occasion. From the time I said, I have invited guests. And Saul dined with Samuel that day. After they came down from the high place to the town, Samuel talked with Saul on the roof of his house. They rose about daybreak, and Samuel called to Saul on the roof, Get ready, and I will send you on your way. When Saul got ready, he and Samuel went outside together. As they were going down to the edge of the town, Samuel said to Saul, Tell the servant to go ahead of us. And the servant did so. But you stay here a while, so that I may give you a message from God.
Chapter 10. Then Samuel took a flask of oil and poured it on Saul's head and kissed him, saying, Has not the Lord anointed you leader over his inheritance? When you leave me today, you will meet 2 men near Rachel's tomb at Zelzah on the border of Benjamin. They will say to you, The donkeys you set out to look for have been found, and now your father has stopped thinking about them and is worried about you. He is asking, What shall I do about my son? Then you will go on from there until you reach the great tree of Tabor. 3 men going up to God at Bethel will meet you there. One will be carrying 3 young goats, another 3 loaves of bread, and another a skin of wine. They will greet you and offer you 2 loaves of bread, which you will accept from them. After that, you will go into Gibeah of God, where there is a Philistine outpost. As you approach the town, you will meet a procession of prophets coming down from the high place with lyres, tambourines, flutes, and harps being played before them, and they will be prophesying. The Spirit of the Lord will come upon you in power, and you will prophesy with them, and you will be changed into a different person. Once these signs are fulfilled, do whatever your hand finds you to do, for God is with you. Go down ahead of me to Gilgal. I will surely come down to you to sacrifice burnt offerings and fellowship offerings, but you must wait 7 days until I come to you and tell you what you are to do.
As Saul turned to leave Samuel, God changed Saul's heart. And all these signs were fulfilled that day. When they arrived at Gibeah, a procession of prophets met him. The Spirit of God came upon him in power, and he joined in their prophesying. when all those who had formerly known him saw him prophesying with the prophets, they asked each other, "What is this that has happened to the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets?" A man who lived there answered, "And who is their father?" So it became a saying, "Is Saul also among the prophets?" After Saul stopped prophesying, he went to the high place. Now Saul's uncle asked him and his servant, "Where have you been?" "Looking for the donkeys," he said. "But when we saw they were not found, we went to Samuel." Saul's uncle said, "Tell me what Samuel said to you." Saul replied, "He assured us that the donkeys had been found." But he did not tell his uncle what Samuel had said about the kingship. Samuel summoned the people of Israel to the Lord at Mizpah and said to them, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought Israel up out of Egypt, and I delivered you from the power of Egypt and all the kingdoms that oppressed you. But you have now rejected your God, who saves you out of all your calamities and distresses. And you have said, 'No, set a king over us.' So now present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and clans." When Samuel brought all the tribes of Israel near, the tribe of Benjamin was chosen. Then he brought forward the tribe of Benjamin, clan by clan. And Matri's clan was chosen. Finally, Saul, son of Kish, was chosen. But when they looked for him, he was not to be found. Now, he stood a head above everybody. Remember, it said earlier, he was that much taller than everybody. They couldn't find him. So they inquired further of the Lord, "Has the man came here yet?" And the Lord said, "Yes, he has hidden himself among the baggage." They ran and brought him out. And as he stood among the people, he was a head taller than any of the others. Samuel said to all the people, "Do you see the man the Lord has chosen? There is no one like him among all the people." Then the people shouted, "Long live the king." Samuel explained to the people the regulations of kingship. He wrote them down on a scroll and deposited it before the Lord. Then Samuel dismissed the people, each to his own town. Home. Sorry.
It's okay.
Saul also went to his home in Gibeah, accompanied by valiant men whose hearts God had touched. But some troublemaker said, "How can this fellow save us?" They despised him and brought him no gifts. But Saul kept quiet. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. And that's what we do. Sometimes we have some commentary. Sometimes we don't. But we look forward to this every week. Not only do we do it here, or try to do it here live with y'all, but we also do it in person. If you're in the area and want to join us here at 7:30 on Sundays, come on out. Do ask that you give us a call. Numbers are usually in the description. If there's a description.
We're easy to find.
Yeah.
I mean, all of our info is out there. Website,
phone numbers, address. Easy to find, maybe not always easy to get to. We do recommend 4-wheel or at least all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But the living room's open, kitchen's open. Sometimes there's food. We already had a snack. It's different when family's around. I think that's about everything.
Mm-hmm.
We still did good on time.
We did. Although the screen looks weird because it's
very,
I don't know.
small, different.
At least it is broadcasting
Yes.
because seriously, we tried several times to get this word out.
So if you have prayer requests, let us know. You could call, you could send us an email, you could leave it in the comments below, live chat. Live chat won't be up once we're not live.
But we see notifications in the comments, and we can
Yes.
always message that way too.
Exactly. If you want to visit, we do have a chicken processing class coming up on the 31st.
Might throw in a turkey too.
Oh, no, we don't have space. We had another good batch for this one, so we will
We're
have.
selling chicken this week though.
I'm talking space in the coolers. That's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
We do, we do enjoy this time.
Yep, we do.
We appreciate y'all being here. Again, if you have any prayer requests, let us know. It is an honor and a privilege for us to pray for y'all, and we thank you for your continued prayer, especially as we're getting ready to go into this next season. It's always getting ready for the next season around here. So give us a shout if you need anything. I'll try to get a couple more shorts out this week. I got one out today. It was kind of funny. But we'll see. Talk to y'all later. God bless.
Bye.